Hello and welcome to another Tuesday night. This is the Talking Parra live show, and yes, I have a special guest in the background. We'll get to that soon. Thanks to our sponsors, first of all, Beach Jerky, Eurowork, Bay Vista, Spot on Hose and Fittings, JD's Buyers Agents, Ex-Advisory, Parra Leagues, Archibald Racing, Time for a Chat, Crown Property Finance, Riverside Brewing Co, Non-Stop Landscapes, ZMS Trophies, and of course, the Station Hotel. This is the Station Hotel Talking Parra Tuesday live show. All the boys are here. We'll get to that very quickly. Jez has been promoted by the look of it for the current time. Welcome, Jez. I know you're becoming more and more Parra every day, and you're excited by that. Look, before we go around the grounds and ask some questions, I'll obviously mention, first of all, we are doing the Vegas giveaway. This is the last week someone can actually get added. So we're going to do a shared. So everyone obviously share the podcast. Once you've shared the podcast, comment shared, and we'll turn around and add another person to kick. And after we do that, we're going to go someone that makes us laugh tonight. So Jez will be in charge. Someone who has the best comment, that makes us laugh the most unfiltered comment, whatever you want to put, whatever makes us laugh or whatever makes him laugh. So, we'll turn around and we'll get to that very soon. But as I said, I've got a special guest in the background. He's been asking to come on the podcast for about 2 years now, and he's 5. Now he's a big brother. He thinks he's old and he's almost 6. So I've given him his moment. He's going to come on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give him the headphones. He gets literally, what do you get? 4 questions. So every single person here is going to ask you one question. Okay. We're going to start with Jeremy, then Hayden, then Jack, then Troy, and then you're out of here. Okay. That's your podcast debut. So fire away, boys. Remember, he's 5, so nothing unfiltered. I'm looking at you, Jack, and then go from there. There you go. Jeremy's
right, Lucas. It's great to hear. Great to see you. I know you've been bugging Dad for a long time to be on the podcast. Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. Amazing. Lucas, who's your favourite Parramatta Eels player and why?
The Fox.
The Fox. Why the Fox? He rules. Why the Fox?
Because he's very fast.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Right, Hayden, what have you got?
I've got a quick one for you, Lucas, mate. I've seen some of your clips playing footy from Dad. You've been playing well, but I've got to ask you, mate, every team has their rival. Do you feel like there's a team that you're looking forward to beating? Is there a team you're like, I can't wait to beat them while you're playing footy lately?
Yes.
And what team would that be?
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
Curry Bulldogs. What are you trying to say?
Go the Bulldogs, hey? Unlucky. Righto, Jack, fire away.
Lucas, nice and easy question. Do you think you could beat your dad in a fight?
Yes.
I think so too. Nice and easy one. I like that one.
All right, Troy, round us out.
Yeah, my one's probably going to be easier. Can you help me out? Who is going to score the first try on Thursday night?
Oh,
Of course, the Fox.
Okay. There you go.
Now, Lucas, while you're still there, so
Write that down.
Fox is your first try scorer. What's the score going to be in this game?
Oh.
How many are Parramatta going to score?
36.
Oh, 36. How about the other team? How many are they going to score?
Nil.
Yeah, I love that.
They'll probably be 46, 40. Penrith.
46-40. Okay.
Probably Penrith will win because they're very good and they're coming first, but probably they will.
You have such a good head on your shoulders, Lucas. Dad, you're kicked off forever now. Well done, Lucas. Voice of reason. Now, do you have a bold prediction? What is something that's going to happen in the game that you don't think anybody else will think of? What will happen?
Probably there's going to be a fight. And Nathan Cleary gets off for the day.
Gets sent off.
Clear sent. All right, I'm writing this down. Thank you so much.
Even.
Okay, before you go, I've got to ask you one question. You're going to answer it to him, okay?
Yeah.
Which team do you not like the most?
The Storm and the Knights.
And why the
get
Storm?
What?
Why the Storm?
Because they're dirty cheats.
And what do you think of Caleb Singer?
He's the cat.
Okay, good night. Done well.
Even, I need to... Hey, Jeremy?
Yeah, mate.
No. Say bye.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Caleb Point is a cat.
Okay.
Good night. You've done well.
And go to you. I want to say.
You can.
Hello?
Yep.
Go to Eels.
Okay. Go to bed. Go. Bye.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
All right. There we go. He's just over the thick segment. So, all right. We're on the grounds now. We've got that out of the way. So, mate, Hayden, how was your week?
Yeah, pretty good. Another bye week. Not having to watch the boys has unfortunately been a bit of a blessing in disguise. It just makes you feel better sometimes, doesn't it? But yeah, looking forward to the Battle of the West this week. Massive game, and I didn't really watch much footy over the weekend, to be honest, besides the awfully refereed Warriors-Dragons game. So looking forward to some good refereeing this weekend, hopefully.
Yep. Fair, Jack. What'd you get up to?
Oh, mate, took off the headphones and the mics, chucked on the boots myself, played a bit of local lost tag on the weekend, feeling a bit like Mitchy Moses.
Oh, here we
Star
go.
of the show, but my
How
team
long did
can't
it take
win.
you to mention Colin? What'd you get?
That-
You sent it to me in a snap. You couldn't wait.
Yeah, look, I was, not to toot my own horn, I was ranked third out of all the people in the men's comp. Although my team did finish sub 500, I can say that I was a marquee player, if they're calling me now. So eyes up. If anyone needs someone to jump in and have a run, I'm your man.
There you go. Troy, mate, you weren't off doing the ringer. How are you?
Yeah, mate, I'm going pretty good. I'm looking really forward to this game. I love the Penrith Parramatta games. Parra fan living in Penrith. But look, I had a pretty easy week, did a bit of work and did a bit more painting as well around the house.
You go. You're
Yeah.
you're a very good boy.
Well, I'm slowly getting through it, giving a bit of a spruce up bit by bit. But yeah, just a bit boring without any footy action happening. But unfortunate to see the girls go down as well.
Yeah, they went down. Okay, well, actually, we'll start with that. Obviously, the girls went out. Jez, do you want to go back in the background now? Yeah, I'll put you back in the background.
Yeah, you can kick me off.
Yeah, because you got a bit of comedy. You got a big job tonight.
I do.
A big
I'm
job.
looking for the laughs.
Looking for the laughs, and obviously don't forget to share that as well. So let's go to the girls' game. It was a 50-12 smashing the Gold Coast Titans. Way too good. I feel like I've seen a Gold Coast team put 50 on the Eels already this year, so I think I'll be seeing again. Your thoughts on the game, Troy?
Was the NRL score 50-12 as well?
No,
I
I
feel
don't
like
think
we
I
got to
got
12.
Did we? Anyway, look, very disappointing. They needed to get a good start like they haven't done in the first 2 weeks. That didn't happen again, so I don't know what's happening in the starts. A few injuries last week as well, but look, it's just defense is really killing them. They were sort of coming back in the second half, but not really, and then the Gold Coast just blew it out. So really disappointing, and back down the bottom of the NRLW ladder.
It's a shit starts, isn't it? And I saw someone comment actually somewhere, is what going on, like we've got the same defensive structures throughout it, because we saw the boys miss so many games at the start of the year. Like they've let in 3 tries in the first 10 minutes 2 weeks in a row. And now once you do that, you're never going to win a game of football. I think it was 4 in the first 50. Obviously, Jack, you said you were playing Oztag all weekend, so I'm guessing you didn't actually get to catch the match. Safe assumption?
Yeah, I missed it, but looking at here, they scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tries in the first half. Like, it was 4 tries in the first 15, 6 minutes, 6 tries in the first 25 minutes. You're not going to get anywhere. Doesn't matter what level of footy you're playing if you can't make your tackles. And it just seems to be that the women are starting the same way as the men.
I want to put this out here as well. We've seen, like, obviously, the girl, they went off and they made 3 signings, which were Keely Joseph. The names have completely escaped me. Troy. The one that come from rugby, Lane Morgan, is it? Yep.
Morgan.
There's another good signing, big signing as well, who hasn't played yet, I think, as well. So I can't think of her name, sorry, on the top of my head. But we've seen, obviously, them miss the start of the year. And obviously the team list for this week, as Jez just placed up there, see Keely Joseph is making a debut. But is there an element of what we're seeing with the boys and the men's team here, Hayden? I know you probably didn't catch it either because I know you're out all weekend as well, but you said you didn't watch a lot of footy. But is there an element that we're trying to back that junior system? And we've seen the girls go so well. Like, we've won the Tasha Gale 2 years in a row now. Lisa Fiola and Tasha Gale last year. Is there an element that we're just trying to back that youth a bit too much, as opposed to doing what, the Broncos and the Roosters have done and gone off and essentially just paid big money for top quality players?
Yeah, I think it comes down to both points. I think in the NRLW, it is harder to secure those contracts than in the NRL, even though we don't sort of overpay in the NRL. But unfortunately, it just feels like another season where, sort of like the men's, you can't use the excuse, but a couple of injuries to start the year and a lot of points conceded, as we saw in both round one as well as this round. This one, I did actually check on my phone at one point. I think it was 13 minutes in, it was 18-0 or something. So we never looked like winning. And, I did watch round one, and I really thought we'd sort of turned a corner heading into that game against the Dragons after a really poor performance in round one, but turning up a little bit in that second half. But, yeah, it just seems like it's going to be a bit of a long year as we haven't made the right buys, I think, for the 2026 season.
I'll give Steve Georgalis a bit of a rap here. He's swung that hammer or the axe, whatever you want to say, and he's made some changes, which I guess he's probably fighting for his job as well. When you look at it that way, it seems to be that element around the club. People are kind of doing what they can to protect their job, but made some changes. Abby Church returned. Zali Faye came in last minute last game, and obviously Keely Joseph debuts well. Tanika Toad Hunter comes into the 9, and Ruben Cherrington drops to the bench. So some changes there. They get another chance. I think it's at Eric Tweedle there on Sunday against the Warriors. If not, it'll be 0-4 to start the season. So not a good start for the girls, but wishing them all the best on Sunday. Obviously, with the Thursday night NRL game, it's not possible for a double header, but get out there and support them if you can. Let's get through some news. Obviously, there's no game to review from last week, NRL game, because we had the bye. We won 2-0 according to the NRL bye. Junior coming through. I saw the Girls New South Wales Cup won 48-0 as well. It's a good point there, Matt. So obviously we know those good players are coming through. It's like looking at our Jersey flag at the moment. The good players are coming through, but I think as a club we need to start prioritising. When we buy, you can have your good juniors all you want, but you still got to buy your star players. So that's what we want. We want loyal players, good young stars, and some good players. I love when Joe tells me she's watching. It's great. Thanks, Joe. Glad to hear. And that's how you can obviously win that comp. So it goes for all elements, I think, of the NRL, NRLW, whatever you want to look at it. So it will come, but it's how long it comes and who has to suffer in the meantime. Let's get through some news. Before we get through some news, I'll let you all know as well that the travel packages are still available for Vegas. If you're thinking about going to Vegas, we're still doing as cheap as we ever were through Hello World Travel there at Stanhope Gardens. So no false advertising here. It's from $3,500. Obviously, you can make some changes and do some things there. We're not going to advertise a price and make it $1,300 more and then change the price a week later. So bring them up if you're interested in going. It doesn't include your game tickets, but if you need any help buying your game tickets, message page. I'll be happy to help you. I'll give Parra credit. They did a really good package there, which we purchased. It was about $259 a ticket and some merchandise included. So give them a call if you're looking at it. But do the news. I think we spoke on this a little bit last week. Jack DeBellin believes the club option has not been taken for 2027. Obviously, our club option in our favour, 2-year contract. Right call or wrong call, Hayden?
Look, it's probably the right call. There's a couple of players that can play in that position we've spoken about. I don't think Jack DeBellin's been awful, though. I think he's been doing a job on the field. Probably not his best football. Obviously, we've sort of seen that, unfortunately, past his prime at the age now. But overall, I think it's the right decision. We've got some other players that are going to warm up into those positions, and hopefully in the open market, some players for the future that will take, that 13 or bench spot for a similar role. Yeah,
that's fair. Fair shout. Troy, you?
Yeah, look, Hayden took the words out of my mouth, actually. It's everything he said. Look, he hasn't been playing terrible football and doesn't deserve to be blasted for what his performances. He's just been doing a job. And, yeah, he could probably do something better maybe at a new club. Look, I think he'll end up at PNG in 28 maybe as a swan song in his career.
Yeah, that's where he goes next year. Jack?
Yeah, look, Haydos and Trozer hit the nail on the head there. I don't think he's been terrible, but, we've gone out and gotten ourselves pretty much a replica of him in Harrison Edwards, who's also 10 years younger than him. So there's no point keeping both of them on. I'd rather keep the young guy who played Australian Prime Ministers 2 years ago instead of someone who's the tail end of his career, who probably might even do a year in England and then finish off in PNG. I don't know what he'll do, but I'm quite relieved that we didn't take up that option, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, look, so I know this is unpopular when I said it the other day. I'm going the opposite. Like, as I see it, this year we didn't fill our top 30 squad. Okay, I think we ended up with 20 out of 29 players, including Ryan Madison, who is all but retired. With Jack, I don't think he's done anything great. I'm never going to say that. I think it was a terrible buy. I'm going to be 100% honest. Defensively, he's been solid. Jack makes a very valid point as well. Harrison Edwards, I think, should be starting at 13 now over Jack DeBellin, if obviously Harrison is part of the plans for the future and Jack isn't. We'll get to that later. Jack DeBellin, for me, if we're not going to fill out, we're sitting at 23 players, 24 players for next year, means you have to make 6 signings. I think you keep him around on a cheap deal. He's on a cheap deal, about $300,000 now, I think, anyway. You keep him around. He doesn't play first grade unless we desperately need him to, like the injuries we had this year, because he is a fantastic player. Ryder Talangi, Tenkin Brown. Look at some of those young players, Christopher Petros, Josiah Latuna in New South Wales Cup. He's a great young bloke, great old bloke, to have around those young blokes and teach them something, But I just think we haven't looked that far ahead. And for me, I think Jack could end up, if he doesn't go to Perth, like you said, in England, or maybe he could end up on a New South Wales Cup contract anyway. Maybe that's the element we're going to go. Maybe we sign him on a New South Wales Cup contract for a year before he goes to PNG. We know he wants to finish his career at PNG, but that's just my opinion. Can
I quickly just butt in here? Do you think he was given this club option against that game against the Roosters? I know we lost that game, but I thought he was one of our best on the field. And you mentioned a lot of times that he's been really solid in defence, but not really done much in attack. But against the Roosters, he was looking like he was trying to score, running the ball. I think he caught an intercept as well. So does it seem like the club sort of gave him that option in those 2-week games there to sort of do something? And unfortunately, in their eyes, they didn't. He didn't?
No. Because I think what happened was the club option was signed when he signed the contract. So me and Troy were in a meeting before it was announced that Jack DeBellin had signed for Parramatta. They decided to call an SGA meeting and tell us not to tell anyone, hey, I'm not fucking part of the SGA anymore. There's Troy, so who really gives a fuck. They turned around, they said, we're going to have a meeting we had to have a meeting why we were going to sign him, and we turned around and we said, this is why we're doing it, we're signing him for this. Or they justified their reason signing. Long story was we didn't have much of a squad for this year. But it was a club option in their favour. So it was always there. I think he's been told that the club option is not going to be taken. And the reason he had a bit of a crack against the Roosters and really had to go and attack was because he's trying to get a contract elsewhere. So that's the way you've got to look at it there. He's putting himself in the shop window essentially for someone to buy him. We'll go straight to the junior one because someone's just mentioned it. Junior Paulo says re-signs 2027 deal. Obviously, I meant to put offer has been re-signed there, but hasn't re-signed that contract yet. The club has tabled Junior an offer for 2027. Obviously, it's a cheaper offer than what he's on now. He's on 950K season. We know that. They're yet to agree to terms. Now, I believe he's getting lowballed a bit, which we knew would happen. Perth have obviously offered Junior a 2-year deal to join there. It's a big call to move your family at the end of your career across to Perth when you've got older kids, you're settled in. And, I guess the way I'll be looking at this, I'll be honest, is Junior should be offered a 1 year and then he should be offered a club at the job. Club at the job. Fuck me. Job at the club after he retires. That's how much I respect Junior Paulo for the person he is. Nothing to do with player and owing anyone or anything or things like that. It's just the kind of person he is. I want him to be hanging around the club. What's your thoughts on the Junior situation, True?
Yeah, look, I think obviously he has to realise too that he's obviously not going to get 950K so at the end of his career. So I think he does want to try and get to 300 games in the NRL, and that'll be a massive effort. I think he would want to stay at Parramatta. I think you're right. He won't want to move over to Perth. It just depends on that security, I guess, sort of after football as well, what's going to happen there. But, I'd like to see him stay around for another year play for Parramatta and get that 300 game mark. I don't know if he will, though, because I'm not too sure how many games he's on. So
he has to play 17 next year if he plays every game this year besides this week.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about round 21 to 23 if he stays in. So he might need 2 years, to be honest. So that might be something going to mind as well. But I think it's disappointing if we disrespect him too much. Like something's obviously going on with Dylan Walker and he's felt disrespected with a, offer pulled off the table. So we can't let go of players if we can't sign players. And I get people saying they're not good enough, they're not doing their job, or they're past or whatever. But fuck, we can't sign anyone. We've made 2 signings. We've been on the market since November 1st, 2025 to sign players to 2027. We've signed Jaden Sewer, we've signed Harrison Edwards that fell into our lap, and now Luai that's fallen into our lap. So 3 players for next year. Like, quite simply, it's not good enough. So you can't go and let go of players and continue to do it. It's very frustrating. Jack, thoughts?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Obviously, Perth are cashed up because no one wants to play over there, so they're going to throw more the money. And I think we should try and find a good middle ground. I think the 1-year deal and an option to join the club in a role in the juniors or whatever it is a good shout because
Junior in the juniors.
Yeah, junior in the juniors, call it the junior pathway. And you made a
junior pathway.
He's not going to want to move his family to the other side of the world for a couple of years to move back.
So that's the country, do I, by the way, not the world.
Oh, yeah, same shit. You know what I mean? Anyways, fuck, I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, I think we should play around with the figure. Don't go, this is what you get, and if you don't like it, fuck off, like we did everyone else. Give it a bit of wiggle room, but don't be silly and throw him another 900K just to keep him happy because, unfortunately, he's not worth that anymore, but he was worth enough to keep him around post-footy as well.
Yeah, that's fair. Like I said, everyone's going to have a different opinion. Let's ask it. Let's ask the question in the poll. Do we keep Junior? Hang on. I'll type that away. Hayden, have you had your say on this one?
No, and look, I think we should keep him. I think what Jack said there is pretty much what I was going to say. It's a really good idea of not tabling an exact offer, knowing what he's interested in. You know that the Bears are going to throw that bigger money at him, but look, if we're offering a very low ball offer, he's probably not going to stay, and he's been very loyal to the club, and I feel like he deserves that 300-game milestone as well. And I don't think it's just about that. I think it's not just about the milestone, it's what he's done at his time for the club. So, look, for me, you know, if the Bears are throwing around an offer at, let's say, 600,000, if we match it to, I feel like no more than, say, 700K is the absolute max. If the Bears go over that 700K going back and forth, then Junior probably walks, which is unfortunate. I don't think we should be paying 2 over, but I think it should be sort of a back and forth scenario that probably won't get announced for a few more weeks.
I think we've missed the big thing here. We're going to need a new ball boy if he moves to Perth too.
Because Junior's not going to be available. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Look, 500K is all I'd offer. You've gone way overs on 700K there, Hayden. But I'd offer 500K, chance to stick around, be part of that next year, and obviously, you know, a job after that. So someone mentioned in the comments about the loyalty from signing for the Raiders. I'm not going to talk about that tonight. There was a lot more to that going on at the current time. And if you know, you know. It's not my place to say, but he also did us a massive favour when he left early as well and got us playing 4 points. So moving on from that, like you can see everyone's split. So 64. Someone have a comment here. Do you guys actually talk about things you put up? You mean what the people put up? We go to questions at the end, by the way, if this is your first time tuning in. Obviously, we try and keep on task here. So sometimes we get distracted by hilarious comments. So let's talk about Jack Howarth. Jack Howarth is rumoured to come to Parramatta. Jack Howarth now not rumoured to come to Parramatta. Melbourne Storm. Fuck, it was a funny one, actually. All of a sudden, we decided that we're happy to let go of Zach Lomax. And the Melbourne Storm could sign him. But Zach Lomax decided that he didn't want to sign for the Melbourne Storm anymore. Now, in a cruel twist of fate, back when we wanted to let Zach Lomax go to Melbourne, we wanted Jack Howarth, and the Melbourne Storm said no. So now Melbourne Storm want someone for Jack Howarth. We have no one to give him. We spoke about last year potential Will Penasini swap for Jack Howarth. Will's told people he will be at Parramatta next year. And that's obviously another talking point we're going to get to. So I'll touch on that one quickly as well. We have no idea what's going on with Will's contract. Experts from other podcasts and their fans appear to have every inside knowledge of what's going on there. So I wonder how they got that. But as it stands, the club has never announced that he has taken re-signed until 28. He said in a press conference last year, it was picked up by Zero Tackle and Isaac, the journalist, that he was re-signing to the end of 2028, but it's never been announced by the club. So as it officially stands in the public eye, unless you've got inside info, Will Penasini will leave Parramatta at the end of the year. Now, I'll tell you what I've been told. I've been told before that he went down and met with Melbourne during one of the bye weeks. I've said that before. I don't know if it's true. It was a rumor I got told. I'll tell you something else, and this is going to blow the world up. So here we fucking go. This review that's going on at Parramatta at the moment, this review, it was launched an investigation, whatever you want to call it, even though they want to come out and deny it. The Mole reported it the other day. What I've been told by a source from outside the club, just to clarify that as well, a well-known manager has gone to the Parramatta Eels board and said that he is no longer happy with the state of the club and his players will not be staying at the club and he will not be telling players to sign for the club unless things are fixed. Now, they can come and they can deny that all they want, right? But I'm going to believe this source. I'm going to believe him a lot, what he's saying, okay? Now, if that's true, we have a fucking big problem because we all know without saying the name what manager that is, right? There's probably a reason that this hasn't been announced. There's probably another reason that one of the biggest up-and-coming stars in our club that plays front row hasn't re-signed. And there's probably another reason that one of our biggest stars looks unhappy on the field. That's all I'll say about it. We're not going to dive into it. Make everyone, they'll come and deny it. They'll probably hit me with another fucking email saying you're making up stuff, all this kind of shit. That's fine. Do what you want, guys. But the reality is it's out there. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people are scared to talk about it. Your favorite podcast knows about it because they've gone off and they've told people about it in their little groups. And then they haven't turned around and spoken about it because they haven't got the balls. So there you go. Back to what we were saying about Jack Howarth. What do you make of this situation, Jack, not Howarth?
I'm not surprised that Melbourne don't want to play ball with us after not getting what they want. All the people are saying it's that we can't recruit. Melbourne, it was up to Melbourne whether they wanted to release him to us or not. They said no. It is what it is. If Melbourne don't want a player, do we really want them? Like, Melbourne don't get rid of good players. And he hasn't really stepped on well.
They got rid of Luke Kelly to us that time.
Oh, yeah. Sick. Love that guy. My favourite player. But I've been watching Howard since he was playing for the Sunny Coast Falcons as a 17-year-old. He was a prodigy. And he hasn't really developed into the player that everyone thought he was going to be. Like, Melbourne signed him on a stupidly big deal as a youngster. And he's took that step up from reserve grade to first grader and hasn't really done much since. So we need players, so I would have taken him, but like it's not like we've lost out on another big fish.
Yeah, sorry, I just need to address this comment straight away from Galaga. Yeah, Jez has just brought it up. One of the ways I found out about it was they told one of their followers. So, and I did some diving. So you can believe what you want to believe, but just remember who's getting information when they're sitting there. So, Troy, thoughts on fucking everything I've just said, really? Thoughts?
Well, Jack Howarth, it's no surprise that Melbourne are saying no, considering we said no at the start of the year and all the back and forth. But look, a change of club could have done him good. You never know. Change of location could have done him good. He has had a few injuries the last couple of years as well, so that slowed him down a bit as well. So, I'm not surprised that they've said no. But they're keeping him, so albeit.
He's got a younger brother, Jack Howarth. And Andy, you can always ask a question, mate. You don't have to ask if you can ask. You just asked a question, Andy. So if I didn't want you to ask a question, that was a question. So I hope you've got two questions because if not, you're in trouble for asking one question without it. You can bring up Michael's comment. I'm not touching that one. But you know, Jack Howarth has a younger brother, Frank Howarth, and apparently he is an absolute weapon as well. So, is there a chance we try and get Jack just to get his younger brother, Frank Howarth? Is that the way we're thinking, Hayden? I know you're a Queenslander, and you're still a Queenslander, a proud Queenslander. Jack Howarth was rumoured to be a Queensland centre future star, whatever you want to call him. Has the bloke gone downhill, or is he just something not right at Melbourne for him?
Well, I think there's not something right at Melbourne. I think he does have potential, but I don't think he's been at his absolute best of his career yet. And I don't know when we'll see that and if we'll see that. Jack, not Howarth, but Jack up there, hit the nail on the head, really. A couple of years ago, Melbourne offered big deals and said that their future prospects, once, your Cameron Smiths, your Ryan Pappenhausens at the time, in Jack Howarth and Bronson Garlick were the next big things. Neither of those players has really stepped up, and there's been times where they've been overlooked. Yes, there's been injury, but they're not always in that starting side as well. So, yeah, there's two players. You can throw up around a player's name and say they've got this massive future ahead, but who knows when that time's going to come. So for mine, I'm actually sort of happy that we haven't signed Jack Howarth, because I feel like we need a little bit more experience, a little bit more spark than what he offers, and he's not doing that at Melbourne, unfortunately, right now.
Yeah, I don't think he's the player we need either. And I don't think he's any better than the centers we have at the moment. Like, when you look at who our centers are going to be next year, at the moment, waiting to see what happens, will be Will and either Araz or Semran if he can change sides. Add into that, you've got Bailey Simonson that can play in the centers, or potentially Brian Kelly. Hang on, give me a sec. How do I enter into going to Vegas? I'm very keen to going to Vegas. I've never been. It would be a dream come true. Now, when you share the podcast, who do I share the podcast to? Annie, because that took me so fucking long to read, and I don't want to have to read again. You're in. All right, Andy. So, Des, add him to the list. We'll still add 2 more people tonight. Andy, you're in, mate. We'll be in place in Parramatta. You have to kick from the 10, 20, 30, sideline 40. One chance. You can't blow up if you fail your shot. And you get one shot, one opportunity. You capture it, or you will let it slip. That's the question I have to ask you. So, 30th of August, there you go. Andy's on the list. Still got 2 more people to add tonight. So share away and make us laugh. Just please don't write novels. They're too long. All right. So that's pretty much the big news we've gotten through. Let's talk about this investigation that is being denied that's happening, apparently. It's not happening. The investigation that's happening, but it's not happening. I can't take your girlfriend as well, Andy. I can't put her on the list. Can she kick? You kick for her. You kick for her. Maybe you can give that. If you win, you can give the prize to her. This is becoming a personal podcast between me and Andy. I need to stop. So it gets into my head, and I love it. All right. The investigation. Now, I want to say something because I know you're watching. So I'll look straight down the cameras and say this to you. This has never been about firing someone. All right. This has never been about someone getting sacked and someone's well-being turned upside down. This simply needs to be an investigation as to why, as a club, we are where we are. We're missing finals for the 4th year. Our lower grades are getting towed up now. Like a New South Wales Cup, I don't think they can make finals. Our girls are 0-3 NRLW. Why we can't attract top talent across all grades to our club, what the issue is there. 40 years Parramatta hasn't had a premiership for, and it's going to be obviously guaranteed to be 41 because we're not playing finals this year, and we're certainly not winning comp. That needs to be looked into, and it needs to be looked into because I guess as fans, we're frustrated. Everybody that messages, I put up a poll every week when I put up the next game post. Put up a poll, will you be at the game? Yes, no. The no's are starting to win, and I'm starting to notice a lot of people I've met through the page, loyal fans, that quite simply couldn't be bothered turning up to games anymore. And that's a problem. I'll keep turning up the games because I think the players need the support. It's not their fault we are where we are as a club. Now, I'll get my membership next year as well. I'll continue to do all that stuff. I'll continue to support this club to the day I die, but that doesn't mean I'm supporting what we're doing as a club. And that's what needs to be investigated. We need answers. It doesn't need to be one of these, things where it's done in-house and someone gets the blame that probably doesn't need to get the blame. I'm just going to fucking say it. It doesn't need to be a thing where they come out and they just sack Mark O'Neill. Because quite personally, I don't think Mark O'Neill is the biggest problem with our club. I'll come out and say that on the record. I think that Mark has been put in a situation where he can attract players in and we don't want to spend the money. Okay? 2016, we get done for a salary cap breach. Jim Sarantinos comes in, takes over through the administration thing as the club CEO. I have every amount of respect for Jim and what he's done to make us a profitable club, but I can see why he doesn't want to do third-party deals, for example. Because how bad of a look would it be for Parramatta if the person that got us out of a salary cap drama, was brought in to fix our club, got done for a third-party deal that went wrong? I fully get it. But what happens after that is we then make a statement that we don't have to spend overs. I can't remember who made the statement. You might know in the comments. We don't have to spend overs for players. We don't want to be that club. So now what happens, and I've said it before, every time we attract a top talent, e.g. Keon Kalamatangi, their manager comes to us, gets our top figure, 950,000, and goes to another club and says, little lie, because we all like to tell little lies when we're negotiating stuff. Everyone's probably been to an overseas country where you've got to barter with stuff, and they turn around and they go, Parramatta are offering, 1.1 million for this player. Now, every other club and every manager knows that's our top deal because we don't play overs. So we turn around and St. George pay $1.2 million for it and we miss out on a player. That's what happens now. We've made that statement and now we're stuck in this situation. So Mark could be the best person in his job whatsoever, but if he turns around and gets a player and we don't want to spend the money on him, whoever's making those financial decisions, that's a big problem. And you also need to realize as well in the comments that Mark O'Neill is a football manager. He's not just a recruit manager. There's someone that sits below him. There's a couple of people that sit below him as well. So it's also on the situation and the review. What's your thoughts? What do you want to see come out of it, Troy?
Well, some answers, to be honest, because, we are a successful club in terms of off-field. That's all sorted. I mean, we play out of the best stadium. We've got the best centre of excellence. We've got all these bells and whistles, but we can't use them properly because we don't have the players that can use them properly in terms of the superstars because we can't attract them because of those. And, we're going to end up like the Douse days at the Dragons, and then we're going to end up like the Tigers in there the last couple of years as well. Somehow we've got 30,000 members of this club as well. So it's just what we want. We want some answers. I mean, we should be playing finals every single year.
It's just really frustrating. We sat here in 2024 in this podcast and we started the fans over profit and we want change and all that kind of shit. And we're made to look like idiots by the club and, we've got all these plans and everything's going to happen. But here we are fucking, that was the start of 2024. Here we are 3 seasons over, essentially. We're in the same situation. Sorry, we're in a worse situation. We're a club going backwards, getting off on signing 1-year players. And that's the only way it justifies our job. So it just pisses me off. Hayden, your thoughts?
Well, you could make a Netflix series out of us called The Downfall. It could start with that 2022 year and then, showing us go backwards towards that wooden spoon bowl into, as you said, a bit of form last year. What the hell happened? Like, seriously, last year we actually looked really dominant against top side. And the thing is last year people were speaking up about it. This year, people are just batting an eye away. People are accepting this rolling over, not just rewarding, but accepting mediocrity. Oh, footy's on. Oh, my team's playing. Just because your team is playing doesn't mean that we're successful or doing anything. It's really not good enough. We are entering 5 years without finals. 5 years. As Troy said, I was thinking of Joel then, just the way I spoke reminded me of Joel. But as Troy said, it's just not good enough. And we're becoming like the Tigers, a team that is going to be on a drought for so long. Does it look like there's going to be change? Yeah, there's some great signings. You mentioned them earlier, Jerome Luai, Jaden Sewer, lots to be excited about. But fans need to be honest with themselves. Take a look at yourself and just look in the mirror and say, as I'm wearing these colours, am I proud of this club? Because right now the answer should be no. The answer 100% should be no. We're so faithful to this club, as you said, members, things like that are growing, and that's always going to grow. We have a love for this club, but we also need to be better. And everyone is batting an eye, and it's fucking annoying. I'm sorry.
Tom Shearer nailed it in the comments. We're all exhausted. I mean, that's the difference between this year and last year. Like, we've been saying the same things last year and this year, and I won't highlight last year as a success because we played razzle-dazzle football. We threw the football around when there was no pressure on us in a comp that was probably a little bit weaker last year. And we got some wins that I made everyone excited for this year, and here we are again. So it's I've said the word disappointing so many times, but it's just fucking frustrating that people are still here and things aren't being changed, and the fans are the one that's suffering. Jack? Actually, before I go to you, sorry. I'll say one more thing because Hayden made a very interesting point there. Fans in the comments say, when I put a thing up saying, why are we still picking players because who aren't here next year, started saying, oh, it's because we win. We want to win games. I couldn't give a fuck if we don't win another game for the rest of the year. If we come out next year and won a comp, or in 2028 we come out and won a comp, right? Why are we doing it? It doesn't make sense to me. And fans, as Hayden said, fans are just used to accepting it because it's what we've done. It shouldn't be what we've done. Like, if someone isn't here next year, then why the hell are they getting played? Sorry, Jack, continue.
No, you're right. And there's players in our starting squad week in and week out that aren't going to be there next year. And I don't know if we're that much worse if we replace them with someone else. And in terms of exciting signings for next year, we've got Luai for 12 months. So it'll be a bit of fun for a few months. And then he's fucking off to PNG. And then we're banking on an 18-year-old 5'8" to come in and fill a role, and suddenly we're successful. Like, I don't see why anyone would want to come to the club, because what do we got to offer? We're saying we're going to be like the Tigers. The Tigers have been more successful than us in the last 12 months. Like, they can sign players. They do better on the ladder. They beat us now. Like, and now next year we're lucky Perth are there, because they're going to be dog shit. But the Dragons will leapfrog us. Gold Coast will leapfrog us. Tigers will leapfrog us. And then we'll go, oh, it's all good. We've got our juniors coming through, which we've been saying for a few years now. And then, boom, Moses is fucking 50. And we're relying on Mitch Moses III, who's 12 years old, going, oh, fuck, he'll be good in 6 years' time. And then we're all fucking dead with no premiership. And where's the fun in that?
We keep on saying that we're a development club. Where are all these development players?
Halfback for the Raiders.
Exactly. They're in other clubs.
What's that second rower from Manly's name, Hayden?
Amole Olakatu. I don't know.
Mate, you should be fucking putting that in Translate and having it read back to you.
I don't know. I got it right for a while, but I'm back.
Amole Olakawatu.
All right, we're at our most views, and Andy's made a very interesting point. Where are you guys going to be on Thursday? Going to be at the Station Hotel the week. Well, it's actually my birthday on Thursday. We'll be at the game. Now, it's not an event, but we are going to have an event at the Station Hotel before the Tigers game. They'll get announced soon. So if anyone's watching is looking for a drink, we'll be about 5 o'clock, 5:30 to about 6 o'clock there. We'll be at the Station Hotel. They're going to put on some finger food for us, and I'll shout a drink to everyone that comes. We're going to be shooting some content there for that event. So yeah, looking for a drink, you want to come along, pop across there. We'll take probably about an hour. Stick around, have some dinner there if you want to. And then, yeah, that's where we'll be. So good question and great asked. Let's move on, let's move on to this week's game. Before we do, I just want to thank all our sponsors once again. Obviously, I advertised 27 sponsors, There's a lot of sponsors I've got on there. I'm not going to run through the names. I'm going to flush it down pretty quickly, but a lot of sponsors that do some stuff in the background that don't actually want the advertising, and you can probably guess why that is. Thanks to our sponsor, made it possible. We are advertising our 2027 sponsorships now. So if you do have a business or interested in coming on board the podcast and doing the things we do, like events, obviously travel, a lot of the merchandise we give away, the Vegas giveaway, stuff like that, jump on board, come help us out there. Let's get to this week's game. It is obviously the Battle of the West, Parramatta versus Penrith. It is Thursday, 23rd July, round 21. Been looking forward to this one for quite a while. It's going to be a great night there on Thursday night. I'm guessing the bottom two are going. Hayden, Troy, you'll be there. Jack, you never fucking come anymore.
What do you mean, Matt? Live in a different fucking state, Adam.
Well, it's amazing.
No excuse.
Amazing when you travelled down last year when he was thinking about Little Jack. But anyway,
I went down twice last year.
You were down twice, or you're up. Anyway, let's move on from that. I can't fucking go on the draw for the King Cup myself because that was fucking pathetic. All right, Troy, mate, thoughts? I know how much you hate Penrith. We'll let you start. What do we got to do to beat Penrith? And if you say score more points, you won't be making the game.
Start well. That's all we need to do. Just start well.
Okay, cool. Hayden, mate, do you think we need to start the game well on Thursday night?
I think we need to start well, and also get through our completions. Our completion rates have been awful. Got to be better in completion against Penrith.
Yep. Jack?
I think we should get whatever our game plan was the last time we versed Penrith and just do the complete fucking opposite.
I'll highlight what we need to do to win this game. Penrith are the team you got to stay with. And you got to frustrate them like Brisbane did last week. And then when you get your opportunities, you got to be prepared to play football. As an attacking team, we have absolutely sucked this year. We've got the least line breaks, probably the least tries, I think is a fair indication as well. We've got the least line breaks as a football. We've got no X factor. We've been looking for that X factor player since Brad Arthur said we're going to get X factor player, and we never got an X factor player. We need to hold on, as Michael has said, for that first 20 minutes and hold Penrith out and then take our opportunities. We need to not get into a thing where we go, we're playing Penrith, they're the best team in the comp. we're scared to throw the ball around because our attacking sets fucking suck. I don't think we've picked the correct team either, based on what I saw against the Roosters game. But I'll go through that. And the only way we win this game is by a minor miracle. That's how fucking confident I'm feeling. So I'll run through the team list first of all, or second of all, because we've already gone into it. Ongi's at fullback, Brian Kelly, Josh Adokar on the wing, Semrani and Araz in the centres, Will Penasini named at 22. They're likely to come in. Ronald Volkman starts at 5'8", even though he's knocked out, and Joe Ash seemed to play a lot better at 5'8" in the game against the Roosters. Mitch returns in the 7, Tuivasa and Jack Williams in the front row, Talon De Silva at hooker, Kelma Talangi keeps his spot in the second row, Kit Kat in the other second row, Jack DeBellin at 13, Dylan Walker at 14, Luke and Reddy returns at 15, Teancum Brown on the bench with Harrison Edwards, Josh Probably and Tony Madelli, Pezza at 20, Riley Smith at 21, Will Penasini. What would I change? Well, fucking most of it. No, I keep the back line pretty much the same as. Obviously, I'm bringing Will Penasini in. As good as Sam Rani's been, I don't think he can play on the other edge, so I'm probably going to bring Sam Rani back to that extended bench. I'm going to drop Tony Mate-Ele out of that extended bench because he's leaving next year. I'm starting Harrison Edwards and completely dropping Jack DeBellin. I'm putting Riley Smith at 14. Kelma Talangi, for me, should not be in this team. He has not been playing well enough and he's been told he can leave next year. So I'm putting Jack Williams to the second row. I'm starting Teancum Brown, or actually I'll probably start Luca Moretti with Sam Tuivasa, and I'm bringing anybody, any young front rower that's showing any promise or second rower that's showing promise, probably a front rower, Ryan Swangy on the bench there. Not saying he's going to play, but you have him at 18, 19, just getting him ready. That's the changes I'm making. But here I am thinking to the future, not thinking about winning a game this week to try and make myself look better and protect our club's image. Troy, your thoughts on the team?
Well, it's just a carbon copy of the game against the Roosters and just chucking Mitch Moses, isn't it? So, I mean, that obviously didn't work against the Roosters, so why wouldn't you make a change for these game? You know, the girls have lost, 3 in a row. They made changes this week. So why can't we make changes? And as you said, players that aren't playing at Parramatta next year, don't play them. Get those that are going to be there next year. Get some football under their belt. They're not going to get the experience if they're not going to play first grade. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Riley Smith. A lot of people are mentioning his name. He's still not over his sternum injury. But
I was all over the comments everywhere on the Parramatta page as well when they put up the team.
100%. So is he out of favour? What's happening? Is it his sternum? Who knows? But, you know, there had to be changes, and it's the same team as the Roosters. So, yeah, pretty disappointing. But who knows? There might be some late changes.
I'll tell you this much. It has absolutely nothing to do with Riley Sternum why he's not getting picked. I've said what it is before, right? And I shouldn't have to say it again, but it's no coincidence that Talon De Silva was our big signing last year and Jack DeBellin in the offseason, and they're both starting. And Riley's a casualty of that since being dropped back to Cup. Everyone knows Riley Smith should be in there. Talon should be off the bench. And, you know, Joe Ash probably should be our 5'8". Volkman's gone as well, as Jamal's just said there. I just think that Parramatta at the moment is a toxic place. You know, and we can be accused of being toxic, and, you know, other podcasts can say we're toxic or whatever, that's fine. But the element is everyone's under pressure at the moment. And when everyone's under pressure, that might start to the top down to the players, you know, anyone really, the membership team, if people are ringing up and canceling their memberships, they're under pressure. You're going to have a toxic work environment, which means that people are going to have to do things to protect themselves. And that's what's happening at the moment. Okay. Jason Riles, his job should be as safe as it can be. I agree that he should get next year as well. And then obviously look at that fourth year after that. But he's probably feeling the pressure at the moment. I know his assistant coaches are feeling the pressure because we highlight some things about him, and that's fine. They're out there making influences on a team that he has to pick, because then that turns around and makes them win games to make them all look better. If we win games at the back end of the year, like we did last year, everyone escapes scot-free. That's the coaching staff, the players, the club, everyone like that. I want to shout out to every fan now and say, don't make that happen. If we win our next 7 games, this year has still been a failure. The way we finished last year, if it was genuinely something, we should have played finals football. We haven't done that. And we can blame the injuries. You can blame what you want, but the reality is we've gone back. I don't see it happening anyway, but that's the element they're trying to go with, to take the pressure off themselves. Anyone want to argue with me? Anyone want to disagree with me? No one in the comments? I know you guys aren't going to. Good. Anyway, let's get to our bold predictions. We'll bring Jez in get to our bowl predictions, and then after that we'll draw the winner. Jez will announce his winner for who made him laugh, and we'll draw the shared winner, and then we will ask some questions, answer some questions, whatever. Bowl predictions, mate. Jack, I'll let you go first because you say pretty tonight.
Thanks, mate. Now, I've had to work in partnership with a good mate of mine who's also a Parramatta fan because I'm not feeling too hopeful.
What's his name?
Yeah, my good friend Ryan Levy, amateur MMA fighter, about to go pro as well. So if anyone's mean to me, he'll beat the fuck out of you guys. As a collective, we've gone Parramatta.
Is he coming to Vegas?
No.
I was going to say, can we get him in the ring with Troy?
I think Troy will make him. Troy's built like a brick shithouse. I've got faith. We've decided to go with Parramatta to win 24-18. First try scorer. Not feeling too hopeful about it now that Will Penasini is likely to come in. So Jordan Sam Riney or whoever that singer is. And then our bold prediction is
No. That's not how it works. It's either Jordan Sam Riney or it's Will Penasini. Don't get to sit on the fence around here, mate.
Well, mate, it's not up to fucking me who riles picks, is it, Adam?
Yeah, what happens if Jordan doesn't start?
It's not up to Riles either, if you know.
Anyway, Jordan Sam Riney, first try scorer. We're going to run it.
Number 3, Jack. That's what you say. Number 3.
Nah, we'll go Sam Riney. He's a good lad. And bold prediction, Moses to kick for over 700 metres and to score a Game 3 Origin-esque try to win the game.
Yep. All right, Hayden, what do you got?
I'm actually going to tip Parramatta here. I don't do this. I don't know.
Sorry.
As a Parramatta fan, you should never start with
I'm a realist here. I'm an expert tipper, as you can see by my season that's gone to shit. But look, when I think we're going to lose, I tip against us. And I think that this is our stadium. Our fans deserve better performances. Mitch is coming back from his first game since Origin as well. Look, I think it will be close. I think it will be a dogfight. But I'm going to go Parramatta to win 20-16. I think the Panthers are beatable. They've lost 3 of their last 4. Mika said it perfectly earlier. They're going to be up for this one with a big fight, but I think we're going to get them at home. I'm going to go Mitchell Moses, first try scorer. I think he'll have a big game and has to be controlling it. And I think that there'll be a sim bin to a Panthers player. So I'll say that we score at least 2 tries when a Penrith player is in the bin. As my bold prediction.
You kind of copied Lucas there because he said Cleary's going to get sent off for a fight. So
I was thinking someone gets sent off. I was imagining a finger up, but I was like, I'll go with a sin bin.
Pardon?
How about like 3 Penrith players get sent off, and as a podcast, we get to pick which 3?
Yeah, deal. Yep,
Done.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep. I'm going to go mine now. Just FYI, the reason Lucas said that Cleary would get sent off is he knows how to use YouTube and he knows how to spell Parra. So when he puts in Parra, what comes up is that Parramatta Penrith game when Cleary got sent off that time. So he's fixated on Cleary getting sent off again. So
Speed tackle Dylan.
Yeah, speed tackle Dylan. We'll win in that game comfortably anyway, by the way. My prediction, not as optimistic as Hayden. Sorry, guys. 44-4 to Penrith.
Happy birthday, Adam.
Yeah.
It's not the first time on my birthday they've been smashed.
The worst way, Penrith pumped them on your bucks, so you're going again for your birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're going to go 100% for anything, it might as well be this.
Okay.
Yeah. So 44-4. Penrith haven't been playing well, and it's no disrespect to us, but our tactics isn't there. Defensively, we've been really good. I reckon we're due for a lapse in our defence, just like Penrith's due to turn it on. Like the Origin period's over, their players should be fired up and ready to go, and they're going to do it. So sadly, we're going to be that team that once again plays another team that needs a win at the wrong time. My first try scorer, optimistic start, Parramatta will score the first try.
Start well.
We're going to
start well.
I'm just going to see Troy going, yes, we've done it. We've started well. Unfortunately for us, we'll concede the next 44 points. So my first try scorer will be, I'm going to go, he's been playing really well, Jack Williams, probably about $61. Gamble responsibly. And my bold prediction is for Parramatta to score the first try. Is that bold enough?
Parra to start well.
Parramatta to start. I'll make it. Parramatta score a try in the first 5 minutes. There you go.
How about we just score off the kickoff? Jack Williams full field try off the kickoff.
Jack Williams, $46 first try scorer for those gambling responsibly.
Oh, it's worth a cheeky 50.
You win
What about
some,
if
you
you're
lose
gambling irresponsibly, Aiden? How much
You
is
win,
it?
you win some, you lose more. For free
How much would I have to
content
put on to
plus.
cover all my Vegas costs?
All right, Troy, what do you got?
Well, I'm going to tip Parramatta, obviously. Have to tip them against Penrith to give it all the Penrith fans. Penrith have lost 8 out of the last 9 Thursday night games, 3 out of the last 4 games. They're on a slump. They're going down. They'll lose top spot this weekend. So Parramatta to win. Look, I'm going to go big, 46-10. And a bold prediction, Parramatta. First try scorer will be Kit Kat. He'll get a try this weekend. Hopefully Fox gets one. He's due for one as well. But bold prediction, Parramatta will start well by scoring the first 3 tries of the game.
Sorry, I went early and I pushed that early. So let me be fair. I'll go and obviously find that person. Number 11, we had about 16 people enter. Number 11 was the winner. I just pushed it. All the stars were still going up as I pushed it. Oh, see, stars going up when I shook it again. See, and it was number 11. So I'll work that out. So number 11 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck.
Kilmatalangi.
Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Jamal McCook and Hayden.
Sorry?
How do you say his last name?
Yeah,
Jamal McCook, I reckon.
Yeah, Jamal McCook. Yeah, there you go. Jamal, you are this week's winner. So message your page once you get this. You don't have to be here. And you will be there to kick your way to Vegas on the 30th of August. So there we go. Jez, your bold prediction. Fire away.
Yep. I'm just finishing it off.
Prediction.
So I've got Parramatta to win, actually. I think they're going to defend the kingdom, if you will, to bring in a Knights term. So 32-20.
You mentioned Knights. Sorry, Jez.
I have control. He knows this. I can just add myself back in.
Still shut you up for a minute. And it was good.
The Silver, first try scorer. My bold prediction, 2 Falcons and 1 bunker fuck-up.
Just one.
That's not bold enough.
2 Falcons, though. How good would that be?
All right. Fire your questions away. Jez, do you want to make a big announcement? Obviously, some big news during the week after I lost a game of golf to Jeremy. Meant that it was a big bet we placed. What's your big announcement, Jeremy? What are you doing next year now?
I don't know. What am I doing? Is it that I'm going to Vegas?
Play more golf.
I am going to Vegas. I will be there with the Talking Parra crew. Couldn't get there this year when my team played, so I thought, why not go and watch my arch enemies Parramatta play over in Vegas? So there I am. Now I'm going over. I'll be doing all the content, all the behind-the-scenes stuff for the boys. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be fantastic.
So we'll tell the story how it went down. I tried to get some quotes on some photographers and some videographers in Vegas to shoot our event. We'll be announcing our event very soon. We're announcing the group, but a few more details to get there. And I think it was $2,500 for a videographer and $1,500 for a photographer for the night. And I said, fuck that. I can get Jeremy to do it for free. So, obviously Jeremy had any cost to go to Vegas. So off we went, game of golf. I think it was if I beat you on that hole or whatever, which I fucking never was going to do. So I had to pay for Jeremy's flights to Vegas, which was obviously a lot cheaper. Luckily for me, the kind folks at Fiji Airways, $970 got the job done, and Jez has got to go.
I think I'm underneath the plane. I think I'm in with the luggage, but that's okay.
He'll be in Vegas with a camera. So there you go. No, I can't pay for. Well, there you go, Anne. You're fucking lucky I didn't know this, Jeremy, because Annie's a professional trained video photographer as well, and I would have given him the jump over you. So you're very lucky,
Can he
man.
play golf though? I don't know if he would have beaten you at golf.
There's
There
no
you go.
golf about it. It wouldn't have needed to play golf.
Fair shout, Jeremy. That's a fair shout. It can be small. Would you get some kind of Parramatta Vegas tattoo? If we'll make it interesting. If Parramatta beat the Titans by more than 30 in Vegas.
No.
Oh.
No, if Parramatta win the comp, I'll do it.
Oh, fucking, that's a safe bet. So yeah, we'll make that.
Look out.
Parramatta win a comp, you've got to get a Parramatta tattoo.
Yeah, I determine the size and where.
There you go.
I'm thinking full back portrait.
Yeah.
Like that bloke the other day.
However, this only works if Adam, vice versa.
No, Adam's making the bets.
Oh, yeah, I just saw Willie Fisterbutt's comment.
Oh, jeez.
No, that's not happening. Oh, never. Yeah, that's a better one. Jez will get a go yourself till bags tattoo. All right, Jez, do you have a winner who's kicking their way to Vegas?
There was one that we all kind of chuckled at when we came up. It was this one here. We could get Junior on Ozempic and play him at 7 when Moses is injured after Origin. We all saw that pop up and we thought that was quite funny. That one made me chuckle.
That was quite
There's your
good.
winner.
There's your winner. Message the page, Galaga 8834. I don't know if that sounds like a transformer, but
YouTube.
it does. Yeah, from YouTube, you have to message a page on Facebook or Instagram because I don't even know how to check YouTube messages. So messages, you can come try and kick your way to Vegas on the 30th of August. It'll be great fun. All right, let's get to some of these questions. Just flow the idea of having Joe Ash at 13 last week, maybe Smith as well. Both boys need to play every week. I agree, Marcus. I think Riley, the plan was for Riley at the back end of last year, he played a bit of 13. I even think he got stuck in the front row one time. And I like the thought of it for Joe Ash. He'd obviously have to put on some size to replace that Dylan Walker role. But I think we're out looking for someone to fill that role. I'll say now, Kurt Donahue was floated around to the page and a few different people. I've since had that declined. I don't think we're talking to Kurt Donahue, but that's the kind of player we're looking for. A player that can play 9, but also 13. I think Riley can do that. I also think Joe Ash can do that if given the opportunity. So I agree they both need to be there. Fuck. Hang on. The club's preparing for their next cut deal. All they need is
that was the runner-up. That was the runner-up funny one.
He's already in the
She's
draw.
already in the.
That's why it was the runner-up.
I mean,
that's why it was the runner-up.
My bedroom out of it. I mean, seriously.
Oh, fuck no. I'm going to be fair here, Megan, because I'm kicking for you. Am I
2 chances.
Am I kicking for you? Yeah, Megan. I'm not going to give you 2 chances because that takes the pressure off me. I was actually going to say I'll let you kick from the 20 to start with, but I'm kicking for you, so it doesn't matter. You get fucking nothing. So, what's happening with Spencer Lanu? It's gone very quiet. I've heard today that Spencer said he'll be at the Roosters next year. The fact that there was stuff out there we couldn't afford both him and Junior, when we probably got about $4 million in the cap next year, was a load of shit. Because I think that was just the club's way of trying to lowball Junior. One of our, I haven't heard of the player. Megan was on fire tonight. Megan, yeah, no, she's done well there. All right, let's get to some other questions. Any other questions popped up, Adam? Andy, mate.
Andy's going to send you a photo of his really cool golf bag. That's
Okay,
awesome.
He might be a golf.
He might. Andy? No, he actually said he was a chance. Andy, if you can beat Jez at golf, I'll help you get to Vegas.
Are we
Right.
going to have a
for about
Talking Parra
7,
golf
so-
day?
Hey?
Are we going to
We
have a
are.
Talking Parra golf
When we
day?
do the Talking Parra Golf Day, which will probably be November, December-ish, Christmas party kind of vibes, right? If Andy, we'll put Andy and Jez together. If Andy can beat Jez, right, then we'll help him go. And if you fucking throw that, I'll cancel your plane ticket. Like, that's right. I'll help Andy in some way. So, all right. Any other good questions to get to? Bring back Ray Stone. I've heard he's signing for Penrith.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mm.
Even if it's for a 1-year deal.
He said here, like, I think this is a setup. I was Wingham Golf Junior Club champion back in my younger years. He was the only one that played in the Wingham Club Junior Championships. But
Small town.
Andy, I'm going to give you Adam's number. You can call him anytime. All right? Just look out for your DMs. You'll get Adam's number. You can call him anytime.
if you do that, I'm going to write your number on the back of a wall somewhere. Call me for a good time. Is it true Midison might come back? No, I think he's done. He's retired. Here's one thing I want to say about this. I don't get why the club has been so quiet about this whole. We haven't heard a thing. Everyone just assumes what's going on with Ryan Madison. It was concussion protocols because he came out and said it. The reality is, and he might be having concussion protocols, had a lot of concussion. I'm not going to deny that. He was told in November last year by Jason Riles that he doesn't want him around the squad. He was at the. They seemed to fix things. He was training and all this kind of stuff. He was at the season launch. And he was going around at the season launch telling people that Riles doesn't want him around the younger players. So he's obviously been told to pack his bags and go. No one else wanted him, and that's what's happened. So I just don't know why the club didn't come out and say Ryan Madison won't be playing for Parramatta. That's it.
And see, this is what the fans are annoyed about as well, the transparency. Just come out and say it. Like, why can't they say it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, they've got to be honest and communicate with your fans. There's no more really funny questions. Do we expect anything to happen with the investigation or nothing will happen? We'll continue on being bad. Yes. One word answer. Yes. What else? Nothing good? No?
Well, that's a pretty good talking point. Like, we're speaking of how Parramatta are missing some high key players and targets.
We need to strike centre.
6-month deal?
Chasing Swat. Yeah. We can't even get 1 year out of him. He's going to PNG apparently. Like, it'd be very hard to believe he doesn't leave PNG with a deal. After playing in the Rugby World Cup, he'll be there. So, that's it. I think that's.
I've already heard it's a done deal anyway.
Righto, Scoop. Good for you. That's it. Say the word, Troy. What is the word?
Lemueli.
What?
Connolly. Lemueli.
The Dolphins back row.
Oh, that's who you want.
No, I butchered it on a podcast during the week. So.
Oh, does someone else listen to your other podcast? Oh, good job, Tom.
Let's try another podcast.
Yeah, believe it or not.
When Manly plays Dolphins,
in my other spare time.
I only know of 2 good podcasts, which is Talking Parra podcasts. Sorry, 3. League of Inches when Jeremy and Adam are on. And All the Balls. You know, every other podcast, especially every other Parramatta podcast, is irrelevant, even if they cover all 5 grades.
See, Willie knows what he's talking about.
I did also find another question, Adam.
Yep.
I'll read it. You got to scroll up a bit. It was from
just read it.
It's our good friend Daniel Long. He says, "My question for Jack:
Is it another past player one? He loves these.
Who are 3 past or present players you think
There we
you
go.
could cook on the footy field?"
As in cook meals or just
I'm gonna
play good?
assume, just so I can have a bit more faith in myself, we're going to footy field in Oztag because I'm not tackling anybody. The 2 people I thought of first were Jack the Don and Kelmer. I think I could just big goosey, they're gone. And for one past player, I'm going to pick Chris Sando. Not prime Chris Sando.
Chris Sando now.
Yeah.
Chris Sando wants to fight on the road, Chris Sando. Shirtless.
They're my 3.
All right, Joel.
I reckon he'd cook pretty well as well.
That might be a bit hard. I think he's in jail, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I can get enough for a day. I'm pretty good with my work.
Sure, is he with you in jail? Joel, here it is. It's not happening. It's not happening at all. I never saw the results, and I've challenged you to a tribal warfare match. I want to know where you blokes are staying in Vegas so I can say no if I can hear you, lads. I'm actually me and Jez are bunking up now with Lucas. So, because he's coming, because I wasn't that kind to him, wasn't shouting him accommodation as well as his $970 flight. So, we have 2 queen beds, by the way. Lucas isn't going to look like, that. Lucas sleeping in the middle of me and Jeremy. So, Jez will be trying to avoid a break away from his children for 4 nights, and he'll have Lucas annoying the absolute shit out of him. And as you see, he can talk. So, that's pretty much that. Troy, where are you staying?
Excalibur.
Hayden, have you booked your accommodation yet? Are you same as me?
I think I'm in Paris or something. I can't remember.
That's
Mate, the game's in Vegas.
Check those tickets.
He's in Paris. Jack, have you booked yet or what?
I haven't booked accommodation yet.
You booked your flights?
Yeah.
You probably should book your accommodation.
Well, I'm waiting on my counterpart, so bear with me.
Who's your counterpart?
my co-host.
Which one?
Troy,
Well,
Hayden.
You should know Adam. You listen to his podcast.
Yeah, Caleb.
I haven't seen Caleb on there for a while. I thought he got rid of you as well.
No, he can't get rid of me. He's a busy FIFO man.
That's
and he's not working. He decides he wants to hang out with his partner over me, which I think is just fucking ridiculous. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, that's all we've got time for. Thursday night, we're gonna have a special competition on Thursday night. I'm gonna have a special guest, which I haven't announced, but special guest joining me at the games, making sure the club sends me through my tickets first. Purchased before I announce that. Chance it might happen. So we're going to put up a special competition to win some vouchers. And here's what I'm going to do. Thursday night, if you come up to me at the game, it's my birthday, I'm feeling generous. Thursday night, if you come up to me at the game, take a photo and upload it to Instagram. Because I was at the Maitland, I'm not talking myself, I was at the Maitland South game on the weekend, and I had 3 people walk up, Parramatta fans, and ask me for photos. None of them upload the fucking photo. I don't know what they're creepily doing with those photos.
It happens to me all the time.
I know. Like, why would you want a photo with me then not upload it? Like, what do you?
I know.
Actually, I don't think I want to know what they're doing with the photos. Now I think about it, I was looking pretty good. So
I think it's a subreddit called Tribute Me.
What? I get it.
Some will. Don't worry. Some will.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I don't want to get it either. But come to us on Thursday night. Get a photo with me for my birthday. Upload it to Instagram. Share it. I'm going to put you into the kicking comp. I'm going to pick one person, put him into the kicking comp, and I'll give him a second chance on the day because I couldn't give it to Megan. So if you miss a kick, you get to it. That'll be one person. So that's a pretty good thing. So looking forward to that. And trust me, you're going to want to get a photo with the person I'm with. So good night, and we will see you next Tuesday.